Hello friends and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This is the first video in a playlist called SQL Developer Tips. First, some background. For decades now, Oracle has been the world's second largest software company. Its RDBMS, it stands for Relational Database Management System, is Oracle SQL. And when you download Oracle SQL, the database software itself, it comes bundled with a free GUI, graphical user interface, which is the one you're looking at right now, SQL Developer. Okay. But to set things straight, it's okay to use the software, download it as long as it's not being used for business purposes. Okay, I want to get it clear right off the bat. If you'll use it for business, if you'll use Oracle for business, it's just right. I mean, you must have the needed licensing with Oracle. So you will have to contact the local Oracle office in your country and then for the licensing of that. If it's for your personal learning, then it's okay. You don't need the licensing if it's not for business. Okay, so that's quite clear. So SQL Developer, which is the one you're looking at right now, is a powerful tool, which is GUI, graphical user interface, and you can use that. People can use that to, if you wanted to use SQL to query or manipulate data in an Oracle database, then you can use this. It's already bundled when you download the Oracle database. Okay, so let's jump straight into the topic of this video, which is how to export data in SQL Developer. So that is the name of the application, okay? Oracle SQL Developer. SQL in the IT world is sometimes called SQL, just to make it easy to pronounce it. So in this demonstration, let's say you have a table called customer, okay? So the assumption is, of course, you already have a decent knowledge, no matter how basic, of the SQL language, which is the language used to communicate with the database, with a relational database. So let's not pretend, we have a table called customer, and we just want to pull or query the data from that table with this simple, straightforward select statement, nowhere condition, select asterisk from customer. So when you say select asterisk, it means it will select all columns from that table. And since there is no where condition here, it also means select all the rows in that table. Okay, so I will execute this now. And at the bottom, you will be shown the data grid. It's also called the result set, data output. So this is the output of your command, select asterisk from customer. So select asterisk, like I said, it means it will return to you all the columns of the table. This table happens to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns only, and it only has 4 records to pull, So if in SQL Developer, just a little bit of a tip, in case you have so many records and you don't want to scroll down just to find out how many records you have, and you also don't want to execute the select count command, you can right click on the grid anywhere in the grid and then just click on count rows. So in this case, it's a measly 4 rows, but still, if you have thousands of rows, this would be very handy if you wanted to know how many rows there are in the data set. So again, we executed a straightforward select statement to query the contents of this table, and it shows us there are 4. Now, the point of the video is to learn how to export this data into some file. Okay, so it's not very complicated. What you will do is you first click on the data grid, which is this one, anywhere, and then you do a right click there, and okay, you can straight away right click and click on export. Okay, then you will have this dialog. So right click on the grid and then click on export. Here there's a format field here. Click on the drop down, scroll a little bit, look for Excel. So depending on your preference. So let's say you have Microsoft Office installed in your desktop, then you will probably choose Excel. So of course you'll go for the latest version. It happens to be this one. It's good enough because the extension that will be generated is XLSX. Okay. If you don't have Microsoft Office, you don't have Excel installed in your desktop, don't worry. You can choose CSV. CSV stands for comma separated values. And the beauty of this is that a CSV file can be opened either in a plain text editor like Notepad or also in Excel. Okay, CSV, comma separated values. We can talk about it on another day, but this time here, I'd like to demonstrate exporting the data to an Excel file. Okay, let me just do it again. It's not so. So after you execute the SQL, right click on the grid, export. At the format field, drop it down, scroll a little bit, look for Excel, the one with the XLSX extension. Okay, click on that. And then the next thing is the file. You have 2 choices. One is to click on the browse button to specify your preferred location where you want the Excel file to be saved. Otherwise, you can also, in my case, I will just paste it here. You can type it here. So I wanted to export the Excel, the output of my query to this location, cdemo SQL, and this is the file name I wanted to give it, cost.xlsx. And then after that, at the bottom of the dialog, click on next, and then you click on finish. And that's it. It's that quick. So the next thing you're gonna do is to check out the file to see if it has been generated indeed. So you go to your file explorer, right at the location where you specified it. In my case, I specified CDemo SQL, so I am there. I'm at that location now. And indeed, it has generated for me the file called cast.xlsx. Okay, and you can check that out. The date modified is the date today. It happens to be 23rd December. Christmas is coming, my friends. Okay, so let's check out this file. I'll just double click to open this generated file. And there you go. This is the file that has been generated. It is an XLSX, it's an Excel file because I specified it in the format field during the time of during my export. Okay, so again, depending on your preference, you can add whatever formatting you wanted to add to this. It's really up to you, but you already have what you need, which is the data in a handsome tabular format, easy to read. You can do the things that you're used to doing in Excel. Let's just say filtering. You can do those things. You can add the highlight. It's really all up to you now. But you already have what you need. Okay, so again, there are, if you remember when you export the result set, there are a couple of options as far as file format is concerned. So I've only shown you that in this demo, exporting it to an Excel format. I've also shown you there that if you don't have Microsoft Office installed, it's not a problem. You can always choose CSV, which is very generic, which is very portable. And CSV stands for comma separated values. It can be opened either in a text editor or in an Excel. Okay, so there you go. I hope you learned something new from this. It's a new playlist, which is delving into SQL developer tips. SQL developer being the GUI tool of Oracle, which is used if you're comfortable with SQL, then you can use this GUI together with your knowledge of SQL. It can help you in your work so much. We will be talking about other things. There are a lot of stuff that can be talked about and learned about this application called SQL Developer. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe, and you can pass the word to your friends. And I hope to see you in the next video.